Hello and welcome to my project, Sustainable Self-Care. I am Jen Cloukey. I have put this project together over the course of this final semester, and I decided to inject some humor into it because I've realized going forward how important humor is to me and how often I use humor to relieve stress. So I hope as you move through the slides that maybe you smile a few times, and thank you for viewing my project. Continual development of my self-care plan involves an ongoing practice of self-reflection and maintaining a level of awareness of my emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual needs. My initial assessment of my self-care needs revealed that I need time alone to recharge, and I also need time with friends and family. Since I work full-time and am currently in school, I can see that this must be an intentional process. Time with friends and family is not just going to happen at this point in my life, and possibly ongoing. I'll continue to need to be intentional about this. I live with some mild chronic back pain that I believe is related to a few old injuries, and I'm prone to headaches and fatigue. If I don't sleep well and eat well, I don't have good energy throughout my day. I may experience brain fog, and I just don't function well if I'm not rested, well nourished, and hydrated. Also, the more sedentary I am, the slower my mind is. For this project, I worked to set 3 measurable goals based on this initial assessment of self. The first goal is one of maintaining a regular yoga practice. At the start of this semester, I was participating in a wellness challenge at a local yoga studio and attending yoga classes 6 days per week. This challenge became a part of my initial assessment as I began to realize the physical, mental, spiritual, and even emotional benefits of my practice. After the challenge ended, I attempted to practice completely on my own in my home, taking only about a week to realize I needed the continued structure and direction of a teacher. Currently, I am practicing yoga in some way daily. I take a class an average of 3 times per week. I do sun salutations in the morning to get my day started, and I practice various yoga poses at the end of my day. This goal is measured by pain levels in my body, which are observed daily, a daily assessment of my ability to be calm and present with who is in front of me, whether this is a patient or in my personal life. And progress in poses using weekly home video to record, and feedback from my teacher when I'm in class. I really enjoy working on inversions, such as the headstand, shoulder stand, and plow pose, 3 times a week, and find it rewarding to see measurable progress as I practice. My second goal is one of practicing meditation every evening to relax and prepare for sleep. I follow the Benson-Henry protocol and use this as a time to unplug, relax, let my day go, and prepare for sleep. I note my pain level upon getting into bed, as this was usually when I would most notice my discomfort while lying flat, and again when I get up in the morning. I measure my meditation practice using an app on my phone called Insight Timer, which also has programmed bells to guide me through the process as it records my meditation time daily. During my practice, I visualize myself as alert, with good energy and posture and no pain. In the morning, I note my energy levels and have been able to very clearly see how this practice, which encourages me towards adequate sleep, has affected my daily performance. As I continue with other modalities that are beneficial to reduce pain, it is difficult to tell if any one thing is most impacting my pain levels, but I have noticed I am sleeping pain-free, and I do not have pain when I wake up in the morning. So I'm going to continue with this one. My third goal is one of intentionally getting 30 minutes of exercise 5 days per week, in addition to my regular yoga practice. I do my exercise in the morning before work, but if I miss it or can't fit it in due to my schedule that day, I make sure to do it after work. 30 minutes is a sustainable amount of time for me, as this includes warming up and getting an efficient workout in, and I'm able to get my exercise at home, eliminating the issue of travel back and forth to a gym. On weekends, I have the option of a rest day and then a longer workout or getting outside and doing something. Currently, I do a lot of homework on the weekends, almost all of it, and that does impact my ability to get out right now, though I have intentionally fit some time out of the house into my schedule here and there. I prepare upcoming meals for the week on Sundays to ensure I am eating well throughout the week, with lunches and snacks packed and breakfast ready to go to fuel my exercise and job performance. Monthly body measurements, waist, arm, leg circumference, and body weight are being used to measure my progress, in addition to improvement in measurement of strength and cardiovascular performance, which is tracked with an app on my smartphone as part of the program I signed up for. It's called Wodify, and it really helps me to see my progress over time and getting stronger. Reflecting on the strengths and challenges of this self-care program, I have realized that my strengths center around development of a plan, high motivation to stick to a plan once I have committed myself, and using self-reflection to make changes as I go. One of my goals for myself is to be as kind to self as I strive to be to others, maintaining a positive attitude, being open to change, and really supporting myself through this process. I want my self-care plan to fit me and my life, not force myself to fit into a plan that actually causes me more stress in the end. I think my challenges presented themselves mostly in the areas of balancing all that I have going on right now as I complete my bachelor's degree and with being 5 months into a new nursing role. One good thing about this project was that it forced me to just get started, an area that may have been otherwise challenging. When things get busy, it's hard for me to make time to exercise and meal prep. However, the busyness is the exact reason that I need to do those things. I do have the support of my partner with meals and housework, and that is extremely helpful. Examining ethical considerations for self-care, I think it's important to recognize the nurse's primary commitment is to the patient, with a focus on preservation of the human dignity and recognition of each patient's individual values and worth. As the nurse provides care for others, it is a professional expectation that he or she will afford the same level of care and respect for self. In fact, it could be argued that caring for self is required for the provision of safe and competent patient care, in addition to maintenance and preservation of the workforce. Additionally, nurses are ethically obligated to promote a healthy and safe workplace environment that is focused on care and support of coworkers. Caring for coworkers is also caring for self, as a healthy workplace culture improves the quality of the work and life. Self-care must happen as a part of this process and serves to prevent increased stress levels and associated negative outcomes, which would decrease the nurse's ability to effectively support patients and coworkers. Self-care, mindfulness, and the Caritas process. As a nurse, I believe it is essential for me to maintain a mindful self-care process that allows me to be authentic and truly present with myself and others. This belief is at the core of my practice and requires me to remain open and continually seek ways in which to grow and develop my practice while sustaining meaningful relationships. As I look to the future, beyond graduation, I recognize the nature of our modern lives and work is to be busy. I plan to continue to make self-care a priority with a goal of growing and continually evolving in my practice of self-care. During a self-care workshop I put together for nurses at my local yoga studio, we learned the practice of believing that each day is your last. As we go to bed at night, we let the day go without getting caught up in what tomorrow holds, only knowing that today is done as if it were our last day. What an attitude change this is, and I've noticed it changes the way I approach each day too. When this particular teacher gets back from her time in Vietnam, we plan to organize more self-care workshops for nurses, which a few of my current and former coworkers have attended. I continue to support myself and coworkers in my daily work and during weekly meetings when we review difficult cases. My focus is on sustaining these practices and noticing signs of stress and addressing these early to prevent future issues with burnout. I want to enjoy my work. Thanks for listening to my presentation, everyone, and I wish you all the best as we approach graduation.